Greetings, class. Coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia, covering this week's Chapter 5 reading of Collaboration with Academic Affairs and Faculty. So, with this reading, I just started out with the basics of understanding both cultures, and looking at it, it gave me an opportunity to really examine how faculty and staff have two totally different cultures. Now, having the experience of working at Georgia State University and being an academic advisor who also serves as an instructor for a PCO 1020 class, I have been able to really better understand how the collaborative effort works to ensure that students get a full experience. So, in the book, it also speaks about learning both professional cultures, learning how to navigate in each field, whether it be faculty or staff. And another thing that was pointed out to me was a quote, and the quote came from Benta and Koo in 1998. It describes outcomes and assessment in higher education as one of the most promising but underused opportunities for collaboration. It's page 42. In this particular situation, I look at it as, yes, there are collaboration that happens between faculty and staff. But when we look at the learning outcomes, if we're using assessment, we're able to track it from year to year. And we're also able to track what can we do differently to make sure that our collaborative efforts are ensuring student success. So I think that as institutions grow, they learn what works, especially for their population of students. And traditionally, of course, students are going to come to the university of their choice for various reasons, whether it be location, whether it be history or legacy that the parents or someone in their families have attended the university, or whether it be something that out of convenience. It is a good school that allows for students to gain their education at a reduced rate in comparison to some other universities, or they have opportunities that allow students who are working, taking care of families and doing things of other nature that require a lot more of their time. It still gives them the ability to gain a college education. So I think that when we're looking at learning outcomes and we're doing the assessment on them and we're getting that feedback and we're using it effectively, students are the ones who benefit the most, because now they're getting to maximize their experience based off of data that has already been collected. We're able to see where certain trends lie. We're able to see what's being done that's not going so well. And we're also able to see what is going extremely well and something that we can replicate and share with other universities. And then it becomes now a program or a trend or something that is able to be used to introduce students to a new way of learning, both inside the classroom and outside the classroom. So I like the fact that in my position and in my role, I'm able to see both simultaneously. So as I am working as an academic advisor, I am advising these students from a student affairs perspective. Although it involves academic affairs, I am advising these students based off of me learning their development as students. Watching them grow and understanding them as individuals helps me to advise them. Conversely, in the classroom, I'm actually seeing the students learn. I'm watching how students have conversations with each other in reference to different assignments. I'm watching how students are understanding different content. And although I'm teaching a PCO 1020 class, I am still watching the students' development and learning stages just when it comes to basic knowledge about college. Knowing how to complete a resume, knowing how to successfully navigate and manage your time. I think that although it is a non-heavy content course, it is extremely important for students to have and gain those skills so that when they do get to these heavy content classes or classes that are geared specifically towards their major, they're able to conduct them efficiently and have a life in college too. I think that it's extremely important for us as student affairs professionals, whether we're faculty or staff, to remember that these students are students. They have lives, they have families. Although we work with them to obtain an academic degree, it's much bigger than that once they've graduated from the institution or once they've transferred to another institution to continue to pursue their education. It's extremely important for us to make a good mark on our students so that they are productive citizens and not just productive students in academia. It's great to be good at your understanding and your knowledge of a certain subject, but being able to apply it and use it effectively, I think, is the most important key that we want our students to have as they are succeeding. We don't want our students to just be good at reading books but not able to translate what they've read in books into practice. So the theory to practice kind of mantra when it comes down to that. And I think that our collaboration between faculty and staff is what's going to continue to allow students to have that success. If we start to break apart from each other, or we start to compartmentalize and divisively make changes in any university from faculty and staff where there's like a line drawn and you can see a clear, distinct difference between how students are treated by faculty and how students are treated by staff, it gives the students a confusing perspective as to what they're supposed to do and really who they're supposed to trust. Because if faculty is saying one thing, they control your grades, but staff is saying another thing and they control the livelihood of you staying on campus, the livelihood of you continuing to be a part of an organization, the livelihood of you being into any extracurricular or co-curricular activities, that makes a difference in a student's experience. And I think as long as we're able to continue to work together in both aspects, the holistic student would always be taken care of. And I really appreciated this chapter. It's probably one of my most favorite chapters that I've read thus far because I'm actually living in it. And I hope that everybody else is enjoying this chapter as much as I am. Thank you, Dr. Tobin, for giving us this book to read. And I understand why you're giving us this book because it has a lot of valuable insight about looking into the field itself, especially from the position that some of us are currently in or the position that some of us are aspiring to go into or are looking to transition to in due time. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great weekend. See you guys later.